Dark Souls 2's next. I played Dark Souls 2 once. I got to the DLC, the first one, and I stopped playing because I hated the game. I don't know how people can defend Dark Souls 2. I truly think this game blows. I hate this game. The Last Giant. He's just a boss where you effectively attack his ankles until he falls. Actually, I don't think he falls. I think he just dies. He's just like... Yeah, he's just a who cares boss. Pursuer. Pursuer's a cool boss. And I really like how you can use the ballista to take him out if you're having issues. Now, you do have to try to get him in the right spot, but that can help you out a lot. I think he's telegraphed, he's challenging, he isn't over the top, he isn't spammy. I think he's a good boss in the series, and I'm not just talking about for Dark Souls 2. I think he's an A-tier boss. I would put him probably above the Witch, but I'll keep the tutorial bosses above him. A very cool boss. Let's see. Dragon Rider. This is the arsehole who can hit you off the edge. I fought this boss and I was underleveled. I did kill him eventually. Took me a few attempts. He's got 2 attacks. Hitboxes are fucking jank as shit. He will swing around his halberd, and even if you dodge, sometimes he'll just hit you. So, for those who don't know, your iframes in Dark Souls 2 are tied to... I think it's tied to your stats. It could be like agility or something. Or dexterity. I don't remember the stat. But your iframes are tied to a stat. And if you don't have those stats when you're going into this boss, he's fucking jank and he will hit you off. But here's the good thing. You can cause him to walk off the edge as well. So that's good, but I don't think the boss itself is particularly great. I will put him above Moonlight, but it's still a D tier boss. Old Dragon Slayer. Old Dragon Slayer is... They took Small Ornstein from Ornstein and Smough, and they placed him in a boss room and just said, "Hey, do you guys like Ornstein? Yeah? Here's Ornstein, but worse. Enjoy." It's like, oh, okay. This boss, honestly, I don't know why they did this. I'm just going to put him with Dragon Rider. Probably worse, honestly, just because he was just a color shift of a boss they did in the first game, but worse. Let's see. Flexile Sentry. I think this is the one in the pirate ship that like has 2 sides to it. This is a boss where I think the arena was too small to fight this boss. But I actually think the boss was really fucking cool. How the boss would like switch sides and would have different attacks depending on the side that you're fighting. I thought that was a really unique thing, but that Dark Souls 2 did. And I appreciate uniqueness. I think Flexile can go in a B tier. I'm going to put him here. I think he's a really good boss. I think it was cool. I just don't enjoy... I think his arena could have been a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. Let's see. Ribbon Sentinels. Who are these guys again? Oh, are these the three bosses? And you start on like a ledge. Dark Souls 2 is so fucking jank that having to fight 3 bosses, especially ones who can attack you at the same time. They throw shit at you. They do a bunch of damage. It doesn't really work, and it breaks the flow of the game. I don't think it's a bad boss, and it's a cool concept, but again, probably better than Dragon Rider, but I don't think it was a great boss. Belfry Gargoyles. This is a boss that I tried to find. I couldn't find it. I have no idea how you get to this boss. Like, I saw the gargoyles on the map. I saw an arena, but I didn't know how the fuck to get to the arena. And because I weren't enjoying Dark Souls 2, I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going. And I left. So I can't put these on the list either. Lost Sinner. Lost Sinner is the one at the bottom. Now, I think you can get like a key and you can turn on the lights before you enter the boss room. I never found that key. Potentially you get the key from the gargoyles, I guess. Maybe. So I fought this guy in the dark. Now, for those who don't know, if you fight this boss in the dark, if he gets a certain distance away from you, you lose target. So you have to kind of predict where he's going to attack you from. The boss isn't like hard, but the boss can hit like a truck. I think he's got 2 phases as well. I think. I would have liked to fight him in the light to get a proper understanding on how the boss worked. But because I fought him in the dark, I'm going to have to judge him based off of fighting him in the dark. And it pissed me off, so... So he pissed me off, but I don't think he was bad. That's the thing. I'm going to put him at the bottom of C tier. I think he was kind of a cool boss, and he was kind of enjoyable to fight, but yeah, don't fight him in the dark, guys. Executioner Chariot. This is like kind of a gimmick, I guess. So this is the boss where you have to sprint through all the fucking skeletons, which is the part I really don't like. And then you have to pull the lever to close the gate. And he will crash into the gate, and effectively he dies. And then you've got to fight his horse. Now, the horse fight isn't particularly fun, but it's not hard either. This is just a gimmick boss. This is just like a D tier boss. Probably better than the Last Giant. A bit more engaging than the Moonlight, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Skeleton Lords. This is just a boss where you have to kill like 5,000 skeletons. Who the fuck cares? D tier. The Covetous Demon. What's this boss again? Guys, for Dark Souls 2, I'm going to be searching quite a few of these bosses. So, Covetous Demon. Oh, Jabba the Hutt. Got it. This boss is just a fucking blob. Like, he just blobs around and he doesn't do much. You stand to his side. You hit him. He will blob around. He tries to roll on you. He does a bunch of damage, but he's not he isn't an engaging boss. Again, he's just a fucking blob. Who cares? I'm going to put him down here. I'm going to put him down here alongside with the fucking blob. You got King Alont the blob and Covetous Demon the blob. I don't really want to fight blobs. This is the poison boss where you have to burn... the windmill that is created out of iron with a torch, right? You know, because that makes a perfect sense, right, guys? I kind of like the idea that you have to engage with a specific thing to make the boss a bit easier. But I don't like the thing you have to engage with because it doesn't make any sense. As for the boss itself, I remember the boss being kind of straightforward, weren't too challenging. I think this boss belongs high D. Yeah, I'd say high D tier. Let's see. Who we got next? The Smelter Demon. Now, guys, here's the thing with the Smelter Demon. This boss might potentially have the worst run back in the entire series. And the reason for it is Dark Souls 2, again, is shite. Now, why in this specific instance is this game shit? Because fog walls don't have iframes. So if you try to go into a fog wall, an enemy can hit you out. This entire area is completely overloaded with fucking annoying enemies. So the run back to this boss is absolutely fucking atrocious. Now the boss itself, I think the boss itself was cool, but I'm gonna have to take points away because of the run back. I really am. Like, it's just too bad. But I still think he's a cool boss though, so I'm gonna have to put him in the C tier. Tell you what, I think he's a B tier boss, but because of the run back, he's a C tier boss. That's fair. I'm sorry, that's fucking fair. The Old Iron King. Who's this again? God damn it. 1 minute. I don't remember half of these bosses. Oh. So, Dragon God in Lava. Yeah, it was fucking cool, wasn't he? Not. Fuck you. This boss fucking blows. So this boss, he just stands there and he will just swipe and then he'll punch down. Here's the thing. You have a tiny arena with shitty hitboxes in Dark Souls 2, and on this tiny arena, there is a little tiny hole where you can fall into the lava. And it's in the dead center of this arena, but like against the wall. So you have to always go around it. But it's like this boss is programmed to hit you into this hole. It's so fucking annoying. I hate this boss. Go fuck yourself. Alright, next. Scorpion Lady. I never fought this boss using the Scorpion guy. I believe you can get him. I don't know how. This boss is very straightforward. She goes under the ground, she pops up. You hit her a few times, she goes under again. Not much to say. She's isn't a bad boss, but I don't think she belongs up here. She belongs somewhere in the D tier. Probably down here somewhere. Probably above you. Above you. Above you. How about here? Yeah, that's fair. She's not bad, but she's not great either. Let's see. Royal Rat Authority. Wow. Do you guys really enjoy the... Wait. Royal Rat... Is this the one with the mohawk, or is this the giant rat? I don't remember if it's the Royal Rat. Okay. The Royal Rat is the big rat. Do you guys enjoy big rats who spawn in small rats? Well, you're going to love this boss. This boss has some really bad hitboxes, if I recall right. I'm just going to put this boss here, next to the last giant. It's not a great boss, it's just... Alright. If you want to understand this boss, Try to picture Sith from Dark Souls 1, but not cool at all. Spawns in a bunch of dogs, or in this case, rats, and has awful hitboxes. It's about right. Let's see. Who the fuck is... Guys, I don't remember half of the Dark Souls 2 bosses. Who's the fucking prowling magus? Oh, this boss. Wow. So this is the boss where you have to kill every enemy inside the arena. It's a very, very easy boss. In fact, this boss is so easy, I can't even give you a proper opinion on it because I killed it in like 20 seconds. I'll just put it down here somewhere. Who the fuck cares? You know, there. The Duke's Dear Freya. Now, one thing I want to ask the devs, why would they bring this boss into Night Rain? I've never heard someone say, oh, do you guys remember the spider boss in Dark Souls 2? Yeah, that was awesome, right? So this is just a spider boss that spawns in 752 trillion spiders. And she shoots lasers out of her mouth. Now, the good thing about this boss, or the positive I can talk about, is I like how you have to switch between heads. So she has a head there, and she has a head there, right? Her head is her head, and her ass is also her head. And you have to switch between them as the first one attacks. I find that really cool. But the fight itself, I don't like fights where you have to fight ads, so... High D tier. Not amazing. Not bad. Royal Rat Vanguard. This is the one where the rats have the mohawk. This was kind of just dumb. You kill a bunch of rats, and then... Oh, has that rat got a mohawk? And then you attack it. It dies in about 3 hits. Can't the rats in this boss cause curse? I feel like I remember them causing curse. Yeah, this boss wasn't great. I just put it in D tier. It's kind of like a who cares boss. The Rotten. This is just a big blob, but he's got swords now. Probably better than you. Probably better than you. Probably better than you. And all right. Yeah, he's not great. He's just a big blob who swings his swords around. Now, the run back to this boss is you're probably going to get poisoned because the area sucks. Let's see. Twin Dragon Riders. Hey guys, do you guys remember the amazing Dragon Rider fight from earlier on? Well, now you get to fight him plus an archer as well. Cool, right? Nah, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry, I don't like... Again, they tried to do the Ornstein Smo, where you fight 2 guys, but they don't complement each other. The archer shoots you at the same fucking time as the other guy swings his big fucking halberd. The only positive thing is the archer he dies in about 2 hits, so... But he's still a bad boss. Looking Glass Knight. This is a really cool boss. In terms of like how a PvP boss could be, I feel like this is the most unique. So he's like this guy's like a proper boss. He swings his sword, etc. But then at some point he spawns in some guys. Now, if you're playing offline, he spawns in NPCs. But I think if you're playing online, he spawns in PvP. Now, this can be good and bad. Because he can spawn in guys who are kind of fucking broken and have like the most broken builds in the game. And that's assuming that he is online. Guys, he is PvP boss, right? Like, I don't remember. I think he's a cool boss, at least. I'll put him in I think he's a B tier boss. He's alright. I think he's cool. Cool boss. Cool concept. Demon of Song. This one's the opposite. This one is just a fucking flailing frog who occasionally he opens up his fucking mouth and then you go swing swing and then he closes his mouth, spits out fucking orbs that do 782 trillion damage. Just who cares, right? Okay, this is the guy who's got like the big fucking hammer. I mean, he's just like a big NPC boss, and he uses a big hammer. I don't know what to really say about this boss. Ruined Sentinel, probably preferred him over them. Sanctuary Guardian. I'll put him above the Phalanx. I don't think he's a bad boss, but just a basic me big hammer, me go bonk. Let's see. The Guardian Dragon. That's the one in like the giant cage, right? Yes, it is. So, so I said that the devs don't really understand how to do dragon bosses. I stand by that. This boss wasn't great. It was just a boss who would fly up, spit down fire, land. You would get behind its legs. It hit like 3 times. It would jump up again, spit down fire. It was just, who cares? Don't really care for it. The Ancient Dragon, though. Oh, this boss was fucking really cool, right, guys? What an amazing boss this was. Run back, fucking annoying. Why? Because they close the fucking doors every time you die. And this game doesn't have iframes on opening doors. So you get fucking hit every single fucking time you run back to this boss. Every time. And now, this wouldn't be the worst problem in the world if this boss wasn't such a piece of fucking shit. This boss just flies in the air, spits down fire, covers the arena, and then he will land. Kind of explode because he's so big. And the only way to fight him, really, is you sprint behind him, you hit his legs. If he jumps in the air to spit down the fire, you sprint, you just keep sprinting towards his tail. That's how you fight this boss. But here's the problem. Here's a problem. Sometimes he will fly back off the fucking arena. So now you're going to get hit by the fire that does a bunch of damage. But because you've been trying to sprint towards his tail to avoid being hit by the fire's going to hit you off the edge anyway. Like, this boss is fucking jank. He's just a janky piece of shit. Awful run back, awful boss. Go fuck yourself. You can go there. Eat my ass. Giant Lord, again, just a giant who you hit his ankles. Where's the other giant boss? He's going there. Where? Where? The last giant? Sure. Let's see. Vendrick. Is he the king guy who turned kind of evil? 1 minute. I've got to make sure. Vendrick guy. Okay. This boss just stands there and occasionally swings his sword. He's insanely fucking tanky. He's probably tankier than the Ancient Dragon for some reason. And occasionally he will swing his sword. If you get hit by his sword, you're probably dead. But again, he's kind of just like a flailing giant. I'm just going to put him up with the giants, I guess. Yeah, sure. Whatever. One thing I'm kind of coming to understand about Dark Souls 2, most bosses are kind of just mid, aren't they? Like, Pursuer's cool. Sentry's cool. Smelter Demon could have been cool. It's pretty much just a game of D tier bosses, I guess. Let's see. Dark Lurker. This is the boss where... Is this the boss where you have to kill those 3 NPCs every fucking time you die? I think it is, right? Either you have to kill them or it's almost impossible to run past them. And then you get into the boss and he spawns 2 versions of himself at some point during the fight. And then he will start to spam a big beam laser, which does so much fucking damage. I guess technically he's like he's the secret boss of the game, right? Honestly, I don't think he was a good boss, especially the run back. Yeah, you're going down here. Fuck you. The Throne Watcher. This is, again, a boss that they tried to do on Ornstein and Smo, where you've got a girl who's using a quick sword, you've got a guy who's using like a big hammer, was it? I don't remember. But this girl, she is so quick. Like, she is fucking relentless. She never stops. She will chase you down every time you heal. And here's the thing. I think when you kill one, if you don't kill them both in a short period of time, they will bring the first one back to life. So if you kill her first, the guy will bring her back. If you kill the guy, she will bring the guy back. It's just like, again, a D tier boss. Fuck, I don't know. You can just go here. No. You don't deserve that. You deserve to go down here by the rats. Yeah, fuck you. Let's see. Nashandra. Nashandra is the worst final boss in the series. Now, I guess technically Alder could be the final boss, but in terms of just your basic playthrough, probably everybody's first end boss to Dark Souls 2. Nashandra is fucking awful. She just stands there. She puts some orbs around that cause curse. And if curse builds up, you're just dead. But all you have to do is just stand there and just hit RB. And she just dies. She isn't engaging at all. She's fucking boring. She's lame. A final boss. I mean, a final boss should always be awesome. Always. This boss is just, honestly, fuck you. E tier. Probably like a D tier boss, but because it's the final boss, E tier. Go fuck yourself. Now we're starting to get to the DLCs. I didn't fight all this, so I'm gonna have to leave this. I didn't fight all the bosses in the DLC either. Let's see. Is that Flana? Is she the one that spawns in the guy with the big hammer? Flana, is that it? I don't fucking remember. Elena. Goddamn. I couldn't see it properly. Flana. Flana. I'm trying to think. Yes. So do you guys remember the boss with the big hammer? Well, now you get to fight him again. Only now he's being spawned in by a fucking witch. And if you kill him, she'll just spawn him back. And she also spams you using projectiles as well. Really fucking cool, right, guys? And the run back is you have to jump down a bunch of like small platforms and hope you don't fall. It's really cool, right, guys? Just a D tier boss. Don't like this boss. Um, this is the triple boss. Havel. And so you fight like Havel, an archer, and Alvar, is it? I don't remember. It's a triple NPC fight. I think NPC fights in these games are absolute arse. In this case, you gotta fight 3 of them. 2 of them chase you around non-stop. Havel does about 7 trillion damage. It's just a shitty boss. Couldn't care less. Go fuck yourself. Who's next? Alright, boys. I'm gonna be honest. This is the boss where I stopped playing the game. Now, why? Some might say, oh, you rage quit? Maybe. Like, at this point, I was so bored of the DLC. And then I encountered the dragon boss. This boss was so fucking annoying. It would fly up in the air, fly around, charge down at me. I would dodge. It would hit me anyway, because this game's got the worst hitboxes and the worst iframes in the series. And then I would sprint to it, I would press RB once, sometimes I would get a hit in, sometimes I wouldn't, but then it would fly up again, fly around, spew poison, fly around again, come down, land, explode, I sprint to it, hit it once, maybe, it'll just fly up again. This boss was fucking awful. It was just, again, another shitty dragon. Go fuck yourself. Alright. So, quite a few years ago, I did play this at a friend's house. And I did fight the Fume Knight. This one here. 1 minute. I think I fought the Fume Knight. I need to make sure that it was this one. Like, there was one boss I fought. Yep, that's the one I fought. The Fume Knight. Now, if I remember rightly, I fucking really like the Fume Knight. If I remember rightly. I think it's the boss where you have to destroy like the totem things before you enter the arena. And you go in. Yeah. Now, he gave us like the coolest sword in Dark Souls 3 as well, which he gets points for that. But his moveset was really good for Dark Souls 2. Like, he was telegraphed, he was enjoyable to fight. Big sword, small sword. His big sword was kind of slow, his small sword was quick. He was telegraphed. He was difficult. He weren't over the top difficult. He was a great fight, if I remember rightly. And yes, I did kill him. I killed him for my friend. Oh, this game's too hard. Can you try this boss for me? Yeah, I killed him in about maybe 6 attempts or something. All right. So I'm gonna be honest, boys. That was the last. That was all the bosses I fought. Because I rage quit after the dragon boss. I didn't like the game. So we're going to have to leave the Dark Souls 2 bosses for now. Okay. Now we get into BloodBorne. Now, BloodBorne, I can probably speak to the bosses a bit more. Now, guys, I've got a hot take about BloodBorne. I think BloodBorne's a good game, but I think people overhype it too much. People talk about it as if it's like, oh my god, this masterpiece. What an, oh my god, amazing, phenomenal game. But every time I play this game, I enjoy like the first 2 areas, so Yharnam and Cathedral Ward, and then everything after that, I'm just bored. Like, it's just kind of boring. In terms of the weapons of this game, probably the coolest in the series. I just prefer them all. But in terms of the bosses, I feel like you go through a long like a long phase of just bad bosses. Like, so like you kill Gascoigne and then you go through this long path of just bullshit, lame ass, basic, annoying bosses. Let's just get into it, all right? Cleric Beast, tutorial boss essentially. Now, this boss is an optional tutorial boss, right? So Cleric Beast is a giant creature that you fight on a kind of small bridge, and you essentially have to like hide inside his asshole. I don't think he's a bad boss, and he tells you at least that you player playing Bloodborne, yeah, if you hate the camera to this boss, you might want to turn the game off right now because it only gets worse. Cleric Beast, I don't think he's a bad boss, but I don't think he was as good as like he weren't like a good tutorial boss as like the Asylum Demon and the Vanguard, but it weren't like an awful boss. Maybe low C tier, not great, not amazing. Let's see, Father Gascoigne. Father Gascoigne is an S tier. Like, if you cannot kill this boss, you're fucked. Like, and the reason for it is he is not optional. You have to kill him. He blocks off the main path. He's got 2 phases. First phase, he's got an axe and a shotgun. Phase 2, he turns into a wolf. Now, if you learn to parry, this boss is kind of a joke. But again, if you're fighting him for the first time, you probably don't know how to parry particularly well, and he will fuck you up. He will. You can get a tool to help you. It's like a small box, and that helps you in phase 2. But I think he's a really fucking cool boss. He's telegraphed, and I hate NPC bosses, especially Bloodborne NPC bosses. But he is really, really good. Now, the thing I don't like about Gascoigne is the arena. You get stuck on the fucking tombstones constantly. You're always getting stuck between 2 fucking tombstones. That part I don't like. Oh, and the other thing I don't like about him, sometimes he would just spam his shotgun. He'll be like, shotgun, 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 and you're just dead because it's hard to properly dodge his fucking shotgun. But outside of that, I think he's a really cool boss, and he's considering Bloodborne is packed with kind of meh on the boss side. Gascoigne kind of takes the top of the entire game. Let's see. Bloodstarved Beast, just a flailing mess. I fucking hate this boss. Go fuck yourself. You have to kill this guy in the Chalice dungeons as well, only he's way tankier. You can cheese this boss using blood tail cocktails. Was that it? Blood tail cocktails or some shit, right? Now, this boss causes a thing called poison. Now, this boss causes quick poison. Quick poison is fucking ruthless. Especially early on in Bloodborne, it will kill you in seconds. And on top of that, this boss has a grab attack in phase 2, where if you get grabbed by it, it will poison you, and it would do just enough damage to where you will only just survive the damage. But the moment that you get out of the frames of the grab, the poison kills you anyway. Like, it's a guaranteed death. Like, the false sense of hope on that boss is horrible. It's nasty. It's mean. Let's see. Vicar Amelia. Remember how I said about the Cleric Beast being the cameras, being like the... If you hate the camera, you're going to have a bad time in this game. Yep. She is the next example of this. She is just a big wolf who occasionally slams down. You want to kill her, you just stand behind her inside her asshole. And she can be DPS check because she does heal. But I don't think I think she's worse than Cleric Beast. She uses the same soundtrack as well as Cleric Beast, which is it's lazy and it's weird. But in terms of the boss, I don't think she's great. She's the D tier boss. She can just go down and fuck it. Who cares? She's just there. Whatever. Witches of Hemwick. This is just a boss that's a gimmick. So there's a currency in this game called Insight. Now, if you have 0 insight, the only things you have to fight in this boss are the 2 witches. Now, if you have insight, these assholes spawn in these big black things that do a shitload of damage, but they are slow. But here's the problem: these enemies have a grab attack. They have a grab attack and they have a attack that immobilizes you at a distance. If you get immobilized, you can be hit by the big black things and also the grab attack from the witches. That's an instant kill. Now, I think I died to this boss once, and it was my fault for being dumb. It's a very easy boss. Everyone knows it's not exactly a great boss. It's just a meme. It's a gimmick. Dark Beast Pearl. If you're using like a strength weapon, this boss is a fucking joke. Like, you can stun lock its legs to death. Now, if you're using like a dex weapon, like the Blades of Mercy, good fucking luck with this boss. This boss will jump around. It will spam fucking like it's blue shit everywhere. I think it's electric in this game. Now the hitboxes on the electric are fucking awful. You can roll through it and it will still hit you. It does a shitload of damage, and you can encounter this boss very early on as well. I don't think it's an awful boss, but I don't think it's great either. Probably better than Blood. I'll put it high D. I don't think it's an awful boss, but it's just like a dog that has awful hitboxes. Shadows of Yharnam. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I fucking hate this boss. I've always hated this boss. So this boss is really strange, right? And the reason for it is, firstly, they all attack you at the same time. And now each time you kill one, the other ones buff up. But it's not tied to one dying. It's tied to the health done by each boss. So if you get all of the bosses down to kind of small HP, all three of them start spawning in these giant snakes. Now, how do you dodge these snakes? Who the fuck knows? No one knows how to dodge the snakes. It just happens, and sometimes you'll dodge it. Now, if you kill them individually, they will still spawn in bullshit, but it's not as bad. But the main reason I don't like this boss is because I don't like having to fight 3 things who attack me at the same time. I hate it. I think it's fucking annoying. Rom, go and fuck yourself. Fuck you, Rom. I hate this boss. Here's a strange thing about Rom. On my first playthrough, I used the Kain, right? I first tried this boss using a Kain. Every time I fight this boss now after my first playthrough, I die. Like, this boss is annoying. Like, these little tiny spiders, there's about 5,000 of them, who will jump in the air, come crashing down, dead. You're dead. Right? Now, if you try to roll and they catch you during the roll, you're not surviving. Like, there is 0% chance you're surviving, because the counter damage in this game is all kinds of fucked up. And at the same time, after you get past the phase 1 of this boss, it will spawn away. It will spawn in even more fucking spiders who do the same shit. But now, this fat little piece of shit start spamming you with fucking projectiles. And then you get close to it, it flails around like a fucking blob. Or sometimes it will turn around and fucking explode upwards. Like, this boss is just like you're running, sometimes you can get your hits in, and sometimes you'll get hit by the fucking small spiders and die, and sometimes you'll get hit, this fat flailing blob will just fucking... Boss sucks. The boss fucking blows. The one reborn. Speaking of bosses who blow, this boss... this boss takes the idea of the Tower Knight, where you have to sprint up and kill the archers. I think in Bloodborne, they're not archers, they're mages who heal the boss. So you go up and you kill them, and then you come back down and you fight the boss. Now, how do you fight the boss? You walk to its side and you just hit its side until it stuns, and then you sprint to the front and hit its head. Now, here's the issue. It's got 2 attacks that I fucking despise. One, it starts dropping like big blobs from the sky, which do an insane amount of damage. Now, these ones can be avoided, sure. The other attack is it spews like poison shit on the floor. And sometimes this poison shit is invisible. Like, some fucking times it will spew its bullshit on the floor and it will hit you before before the game even shows you that it's on the floor, because it's completely invisible. Like, this boss is awful, but it isn't as bad as like this fucking cunt. Amygdala. Speaking of bullshit bosses again, Amygdala sucks. This boss is too big. So this boss, you don't want to target it. You want to hit its arms. And that's it. You just hit its arms. But here's the problem. This boss it slams its fucking claws down, it flails around, it does 1 billion damage. If you sprint away to heal, laser, you're dead. And the worst part about this is there's a harder version in the fucking Chalice dungeons. A much, much, much harder version in the Chalice dungeons. I think this boss is fucking awful. I hate it. Mikolash, another shitty NPC boss. Probably... No, he's worse than Yarnum bosses. So, do you guys remember at the start how I said after Gascoigne, you go through a long phase of just like mid to awful bosses? Yeah. Let's see. So this boss is just you sprint around the arena and you have to like kind of trap him to go into a certain a teleporting door, and then you have to put him inside the room, right? Now this boss has one attack that can one-shot you. I think it's called he's got the Augur of Ebrietas. It's a tentacle arm. This can parry you and do a bunch of damage, but this isn't the one shot. The one shot is called a Call Beyond. He claps his hands. Oh, wow. Beams of fucking light come around. Completely RNG on if these things hit you. You can try and dodge, but you probably won't. Your best case is to put on the highest arcane defense armor you got and hope you don't get killed in one hit. Now, if you try to do this at a BL4 run, you're dead. You won't survive that attack, right? And it's a long fight of this. And And I think once he gets to the second arena, he spawns ads inside of the arena as well. So you have to try to fight the ads as he's spamming Augur of Ebrietas and a Call Beyond. He's just an annoying, obnoxious NPC fight. That's all he is. He sucks. Celestial Emissary. This is the alien boss. Who cares? This is just a boss where you fight a bunch of aliens, but there's one alien who turns into a giant alien. Now, he's the one you have to fight. But you're getting spammed by all the other fucking aliens chasing you around. And this big alien can kill you in one hit. But he's not a hard boss. You can probably kill this boss in like 10 seconds. It's a really easy boss if you know the one to target. It's kind of just a who cares boss. And I don't really think about this boss at all. Okay. Now, Ebrietas. I don't fucking understand why there are people who say this boss is good. There is a streamer called Asmongold. Right? And I remember a clip of him. He said, Ebrietas is the best boss in the game. Ebrietas is an amazing boss. How? How is this boss amazing? It's a big fucking blob who just flails around like this. That's it. You want to kill it? You go behind it. You get stuck between its fucking ass cheeks, and you just press R1 or RB. No, R1 because it's PlayStation, right? and eventually she just dies. Now, if you don't stick inside her asshole, she has an attack where her beams come down like boom, 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 boom. This isn't a problem. You just sprint, right? But if she starts to flail around, you're dead. I never understood how people could say this boss is good. This boss is not fucking good at all. It's just a flailing mess. It's a joke. Go fuck yourself. Actually, probably better than you. Probably better than Mikolash. Probably better than... Nah. You're worse than Yarnum. Let's see. Ooh. And now we finally get to go into a good boss again. Marta Ligarius. Marta Ligarius is a very fucking cool boss. This boss is optional, but it's worth it. Now, it's got a bad run back, kind of long, but the boss itself, you can parry the boss. It isn't too hard to parry. It's worth parrying. The boss is telegraphed. The camera's fine for most of the fight, but sometimes the jump attack, if he jumps close to you, it's really hard to tell where he is and what he's doing. That's something I don't enjoy about the boss, which is why he's in A tier. And he has an attack where he puts like a sword in the ground. This can be really annoying because it spams like these swords around, and he will hit you at the same time. It can be annoying, but the good thing is the sword's broken in one hit. I do think, yeah, it's an A tier boss. He's telegraphed. He's fun to fight. He's parryable. He isn't as good as Gascoigne, but he is a really cool boss. Murgo's Wet Nurse. Honestly, I don't really care about this boss. Probably better than Bloodstone. Yeah, you're better than these. So this boss is just like... Again, you just stand behind the boss and the boss won't hit you. And in phase 2, she turns everything like black, and then she starts like coming out of the shade and just like fucking flailing the swords around, right? This can fuck you up, but all you have to do is just dodge, dodge, dodge until she comes out of the black phase, and then you stand behind her again, and she won't hit you. Like, there isn't really too much to say about it. Gammon. Yeah. Yeah. The soundtrack, phenomenal. The lore, phenomenal. Two hunters trying to save the other one from an internal dream. It's fantastic lore, right? And the fight, everything is telegraphed. You can parry this boss. It's really fucking fun. On I think it was my third playthrough, I parried everything, and it was the most fun I've ever had in this game. This boss uses the mechanics of this game in such a beautiful way. Like, this boss is a great fight. Now, this boss is an amazing end boss. Unfortunately, the devs had to make a secret end boss, who we'll get into how long? Right now. Moon Presence. This is technically the last boss because it's the boss you fight at the end if you do 3 biblical chords, right? Now, this boss sucks. This is just, again, a flailing mess. But this time, occasionally, it will scream and it will take you all the way down to 1 HP. Now, you're probably thinking, that's really bad, right? No, because it gives you a huge opening to attack the boss. Like, you can stand there and attack the boss for like 10 whole seconds, gain all your health back, and pretty much kill the boss in like the first time this boss does it. Like, it is such a shame how the main boss, like the main end boss, is fucking incredible. But then the secret end boss is just a flailing piece of shit. I'm gonna put this one in fucking E tier down here with these fucking horseshit bosses. Who's this? Yarnum the Queen. So this is the boss at the very, very end of the Chalice Dungeons. Now, this boss's difficulty depends entirely on what you're using. If you're a strength build, you can kill her very quickly by staggering her. But if you're using anything else, she can fuck you up. She does a lot of damage. I think if you attack her when her baby cries, she stuns you and then she can kill you in one hit. I think that's how it works. But she is a really cool boss, and the only reason I do the Chalice Dungeons is because I want to fight her. So I don't think she's an S tier boss, but I do think she's A tier. Let's see. I don't think she's as good as Ligarius. Probably above the Pursuer, about here. I think she's a really cool boss. And if you haven't killed this boss before, it is worth the slog of the Chalice Dungeons to get to this boss if you really want to fight her. She's enjoyable to fight, and I do think she's worth it. Ludwig. This boss gave me more problems on my first playthrough than every other boss in the entire game. And it's not even close. Now, what's the problem with this boss? Phase 1. Phase 1 has some really, really, really bad hitboxes. So it's got a charge attack. Now, if you're close to this boss during the charge attack, good luck trying to roll it. So you need to untarget the boss and you have to roll. If you try to dash it, you're probably getting hit by the charge attack, right? And the other one is he jumps into the air and then he drops back down. If you're trying to kill this boss for the first time, you have no fucking idea how long he's in the air for. And if you try to just sprint away, here's the thing, right? If you sprint in a perfect line, he probably won't hit you. There's a high probability he won't hit you as he comes back down. But sometimes you run out of room in his arena, and the moment you slow down, he will hit you. If you try to roll it, you're going to take counter damage, and then you're dead because he does an insane amount of damage. And then you get to phase 2. Phase 2 has a really cool cutscene. I'll grant it that. The music is amazing in phase 2. But I feel like the boss became a little too easy in phase 2. Like, in phase 1, he's really hard, but he's hard because he's janky. But in phase 2, he's really easy. He's got one attack which can kill you very, very quickly if you don't sprint behind him, and I think it's like his triple beam attack. That one's pretty hard to dodge if you don't sprint behind him. But I think he's a really fun boss. I have killed him before using like a +5 cleaver, so I understand how the boss works. I don't think he's an A tier boss. I'm going to be honest. I think he's B tier, a high B tier. The main reason is I don't like phase 1 that much. I think his hitboxes are just too. His hitboxes are too much over the place to deserve A tier. Living failures. This is just a gank boss where occasionally you have to hide behind a tree to avoid the spamming projectiles from the sky. It isn't. Think of these guys like the Celestial Emissary, to where it's just a gank boss, but sometimes you have projectiles. They go in about the same spot. I don't really care. Lady Maria is a really cool boss, but there's a big problem with this boss, and that is phase 3. So this boss can be parried. Now in phase 3, you can. Right, so phase 1, she uses her swords. In phase 2, she uses her swords and they extend to blood. In phase 3, she uses her swords that extend to blood and also extend to fire. Now, here's the problem in phase 3. If you perfect parry her attacks, you will still get hit by the fire on her attack, even though the fire doesn't show on the screen because you perfect parried her. Right? So perfect parry, there is no fire because you perfect parried, but you get hit by the fire anyway because something is wrong with the hitbox in phase 3. That is the main problem with this boss. I hate the fire in phase 3. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking cheap. And I wish they fixed that. But they never did, of course. The other problem is kind of just like a pet peeve rather than an actual objective problem. And that is, I feel like she doesn't have enough health. Like, you can kill this boss very, very quickly because her health is so low. I think she should have had maybe like 40% more health, and she would have been really, really good. But that's just a pet peeve. Now, I think she's an S tier boss, but because of phase 3, because of the hitboxes on the flame attack in phase 3, I'm going to have to put her down to A tier. Yeah. Probably below Ligarius. Guys, I can't get over phase 3 flame attack. I just can't. It's too jank. It's so unfair. Your perfect parry, you see fucking nothing on the screen because you perfect parried, but you cannot get the critical hit because you get hit by the fire attack. And by the way, it does a lot of fucking damage. It does a shitload of damage as well. It's so cheap. Lawrence, this is just the cleric beast, but he has a phase 2, and phase 2 he just flops around and crawls. It's just, who cares? Orphan of Kos, probably the best boss in Bloodborne. This boss is really fucking hard, especially if you don't do the chalice dungeons. But this boss is telegraphed. He is challenging in good ways. So like, if you understand how to dodge his attacks, he gets easier, right? He isn't hard because the camera is fucking awful, like these bosses, like here, and these ones. He doesn't explode into bullshit. He's fair. The only thing I don't like about him is the attack where he starts to spawn in the blue shit. Sometimes it's really hard to know where the blue shit is going. Like, you can't really dodge through it, but you can you can stand like in the gaps between the spread. But if you're just slightly too close to like the big fucking fish thing, it will hit you. You're getting hit by it because you cannot dodge through it due to the iframes of your character being not long enough. But outside of the blue thing, I think he is as close to a perfect boss in Bloodborne. Wait. Oh, that scared the fuck out of me. I thought I lost it all. I pressed something on my mouse. Alright. Yeah, I think he's the closest to an S tier boss. Or to the perfect boss in Bloodborne.